Teens increasingly worried about muscle size. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. A study from the University of Toronto suggests growing numbers of young people are becoming obsessed with the size of their muscles. This obsession is a mental health condition called muscle dysmorphia, also known as bigorexia. Kara Becker, a certified eating disorder therapist, spoke to the HuffPost website about the affliction. She said, "Bigorexia is a psychological condition which involves a distorted self-image that focuses specifically on muscle size and physical appearance. Sufferers can experience extreme distress over their perceived lack of muscularity. Bigorexia can afflict even those who work out regularly and have the physique of a bodybuilder." Researchers said muscle dysmorphia was rising in teenagers and people in their 20s. The study stated that up to a quarter of men and 10% of women in their research could suffer from bigorexia. Ms. Becker said a variety of factors can cause young people to worry about their body shape. She said, people with low self-esteem, perfectionism, or obsessive-compulsive tendencies are more vulnerable to developing this disorder. Social media may be a factor in exacerbating the problem. Youngsters can be overwhelmed with images of people with the perfect body. Another cause may be the aggressive marketing of muscle-building supplements and anabolic steroids. Thank you for listening to breakingnewsenglish.com.
Noise-cancelling headphones may cause hearing problems. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. Wherever we look nowadays, we see people wearing headphones or earbuds. They are becoming increasingly popular with the younger generation for work and for leisure. However, a new report from the BBC suggests noise-cancelling earphones could lead to hearing loss. The BBC interviewed doctors and audiologists, hearing specialists, at audiology departments in 5 UK hospitals. The doctors told reporters they are seeing many young people who are finding it more and more difficult to process sounds. The young patients say they can hear sounds, but they're often not sure where the sounds are coming from. The doctors say noise-cancelling earphones could be the problem. The BBC spoke to Dr. Renee Almeida, an audiologist at London's Imperial College. She said there was an increase in the number of young people complaining about poor hearing. She said people need to hear many kinds of sounds. One important listening skill is to focus on and decide which sounds are helpful. Our ears must filter out sounds we don't think are important. Dr. Almeida said, "There is a difference between hearing and listening. We can see that listening skills are suffering." Another audiologist suggested that headphones can lead to bad listening habits. She said we can forget to hear important sounds, like cars beeping. Headphones may even cause problems in hearing spoken words.
People are happiest in the mornings, says study. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. A study suggests that people feel happiest in the mornings, and that midnight is the time we feel the bluest. Researchers from University College London conducted a comprehensive study on mood, frame of mind, and mental well-being at varying times of the day. They asked test participants to rate their feelings of happiness, overall satisfaction with life, and to what degree they thought life was worthwhile. The researchers concluded that, generally, things do seem better in the morning. They said, across a diverse sample, we repeatedly saw mornings align with better mental health and midnight with the lowest. This was so even when accounting for differences in individual characteristics. The researchers also investigated which days of the week we felt happiest. They suggested that we feel happiest on Sunday mornings, when feelings of anxiety are more subdued. This is perhaps attributable to people having the chance to unwind on Saturdays. People are also more likely to have fun on Saturdays. Perhaps they splash out on something nice while shopping or get together with friends. This has a positive impact on making us feel happier the following day. The researchers posited that other drivers could affect our feelings of positivity. These include the seasons, weather, temperature, precipitation, humidity, as well as various socio-cultural cycles. Thank you for listening to BreakingNewsEnglish.com. Flossing your teeth could reduce the risk of stroke. This is BreakingNewsEnglish.com. Dental hygiene, looking after your teeth and gums, is good for you. It keeps your teeth healthy, and it can help your brain. New research from the University of South Carolina suggests that flossing your teeth could reduce the risk of having a stroke. A stroke is like a heart attack, but it affects the brain. It happens when blood cannot get to the brain or when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. Around 15 million people worldwide have a stroke each year. Of these, about 5 million die, and 5 million are left disabled. Researcher Dr. Shovikson said oral diseases, such as tooth decay and gum disease, affect around 3.5 billion people. He said these diseases are the most widespread health problems. Dr. Sun and his team of researchers looked into the effects of flossing on our health. He said, "We aim to determine which oral hygiene behavior, dental flossing, brushing, or regular dentist visits, has the greatest impact on stroke prevention." The team found that flossing teeth at least once a week could lower the risk of different types of stroke by 22% to 44%. Dr. Sun said flossing could reduce the risk of stroke by reducing oral infections. He added that flossing was a cheap and easy way of caring for your teeth and body. He said, "Many people have said that dental care is costly. Flossing is a healthy habit that is easy, affordable, and accessible." Thank you for listening to BreakingNewsEnglish.com. Cold water immersion therapy helps us sleep. This is BreakingNewsEnglish.com. Recent research suggests taking a dip in very cold water for several hours a week is good for our health. Researchers from the University of Central Lancashire in the UK looked into the benefits of cold water immersion therapy. They found it could have positive effects on our cognition, sleep quality, and overall well-being. The researchers studied the effects on the health of 13 people. The participants were dunked in 10 degrees Celsius water for 10 minutes, 3 times a week, for 4 weeks. Study author Dr. Robert Allen said the cold water therapy could help with a number of positive physiological and psychological changes linked to improvements in overall general health and well-being. Cold water immersion has been used in various fields for its curative and healing benefits. For many decades, ice baths have helped to speed the recovery of athletes following intense, energy-sapping performances. Dr. Allen said his findings also showed a positive impact on sleep. He said, 2 weeks of regular therapeutic cold water immersion improved subjective sleep, with fewer sleep disturbances. Subjecting the body to cold water for health purposes is already a common practice. At the new year, people take a plunge in icy seas and lakes. In Japan, bathers refresh their bodies by alternating dips in hot and cold baths in a tradition known as Tadano. Thank you for listening to BreakingNewsEnglish.com.
One in 3 people could detest fidgets. This is BreakingNewsEnglish.com. 1/3 of us could have a mental health condition of which we are unaware. It is a phenomenon called misokinesia. This is the distress caused by watching people who fidget. All of us know 1 or 2 people who cannot stop fidgeting. Most fidgets are children. Fidgeting involves making small movements repetitively, especially with the hands and feet. Most fidgets fidget because of nervousness or impatience. Misokinesia sufferers can have an intense hatred of people tapping their fingers, clicking a pen, twiddling their hair, or juggling their thighs. Misokinesia is similar to a condition called misophonia. This is a profound dislike of other people's noises, such as heavy breathing, throat clearing, or loud eating. The study is from the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada. Researchers interviewed 21 people belonging to a misokinesia support group. After talking to the group's members, the researchers concluded that misokinesia can be so distressing as to be life-limiting. Sufferers can experience extreme feelings of rage, torture, and disgust. One patient confessed, "If I see someone tapping their fingers on a desk, my immediate thought is to chop their fingers off with a knife." Dr. Jane Gregory, a clinical psychologist, told the BBC that violent images might pop into the head of misokinesia sufferers. She said people are triggered by the tiniest of things without knowing why.